Go cut your wrists, or better still, hang yourself. Go out the back, cut your throat, that's the only way. Have you slashed your wrists yet? You are dead. A bullet between the eyes will save taxpayers' money. You have unleashed the lynch mob, and you have fanned it. And for that, you all ultimately are responsible. These are the types of emails, letters, and phone calls that my family, myself, and my staff have received. Since these allegations were first raised, I have consistently and on many occasions made it clear that I have done nothing wrong. I have in fact wanted to make a statement for some time, but sought counsel, sought advice from a variety of people, including legal advice, and took that advice not to make a statement. Can I say that's something that I probably regret in hindsight? I didn't realise that this was going to go 4 years, but once that decision had been taken, of course, then the next opportunity to speak really is when a report is concluded, and Fair Work have done that. In making this statement, I'm very conscious that in the eyes of many of the public, I've already been charged, convicted and sentenced. The public will hold these views because of the quite extraordinary media coverage which has taken place. I, like every member of this House, understand and value the importance of an independent and robust news media and its important place that it can play in our democracy. However, all of us who have regular dealings with the news media, we know that the news media can often get it wrong, and sometimes seriously so. Particularly as today, the media is dominated by self-important commentators, not reporters. And I'll say a little bit more about that later. So I think it's important to once again remind the House that I have not been the subject of any conviction, not even the subject of any legal proceedings. None of the allegations have been tested in any court or tribunal. Make it clear, and I hope I have already by painting a picture, that I had many enemies in the HSU. Many enemies who didn't like increased transparency. Many enemies who preferred that there was no national office. I was the subject, on numerous occasions, of threats and intimidation. I had my door of my office graffitied. The National Office shared an office with other branches, Victorian branches of the Health Services Union. There was, though, a particular threat that was made that I thought was just part of the routine threats that were constantly made in working in this environment. And that was a threat by Marco Bolano that, in words to the effect, that he would seek to ruin any political career that I sought and would set me up with a bunch of hookers. This was a threat that started in Cathy Jackson's office. The rant went right down the corridor, was witnessed by many people, then was also the subject of a report. A letter was written to the Jacksons and to Michael Williamson complaining about this incident and putting, very importantly, this instance on record when it occurred that there was this threat. Later on, some years later, Michael Williamson said in front of a few witnesses that this is the way we deal with people in the Health Services Union when we have problems. But Laurie Oakes is someone that I respect, and he gave the opportunity to put a case. And that's what you expect from journalism. What you don't expect from journalists is the 12 stories that have been written by me in the Fairfax media without coming to me for a comment, without seeking my side at all. What you don't expect is Channel 7 reporters to be hovering underneath the bathroom window while my pregnant wife is having a shower. There is a responsibility, a great responsibility in reporting. You need to take that seriously. What do you think you are doing here? Are we going to have Parliament ruled by the mob? Are we setting ourselves up as some sort of junta where a majority decision of a Parliament can suddenly override anyone's rights? Is that the kind of Australia that you want? I was reminded by someone of a quote from To Kill a Mockingbird. For there is one way in this country in which all men are created equal. There is one human institution that makes a pauper the equal of a Rockefeller, the stupid man the equal of an Einstein, and the ignorant man the equal of any college president. That institution, gentlemen, is court. Our courts have their faults, as does any human institution. But in this country, our courts are the great levellers, and in our courts, all men are created equal. That applies in this country, and you have trashed that. What you have done is not just damage to an individual or their family. You have damaged democracy, and you continue to damage democracy, and you should hang your head in shame for that. What it shows of the leader of the opposition, that man, is that not only is he unfit to be a Prime Minister, in my view, he's unfit to be an MP.